We were scammed. Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Lori here.
I'm as mad as hell.
Yes, me too. We get so frustrated and so mad about this construction. We're supposed to be done on time, but we not. Now we waste our time in 8 months already and never done yet. Not even a halfway.
Yeah, in December, we decided that we were going to remodel the kitchen back there. And so we got a hold of a contractor and showed him what we wanted to do. Actually did a picture, giving him a picture of what we wanted it to look like. And so he made up a contract, we signed it. He tells us, he says, listen, if you give me 60% up front, I can have it done in 30 days. Well, let me tell you, typically you don't give 60%. 50% may be okay. Well, we gave him the 60% because we wanted to get the job done early or at least on time. One of the things here in Mexico, and this is somewhat very common, is that if you get a price for, let's say in our particular case, 30 days, you double it. So we thought it was going to be done in January. So then we said, okay, the end of February, huh, Lori?
Yeah, it's been middle of the February how it's supposed to be done, but we gave them a little more time. But even little more time, another month, and another month, and another month, until 8 months is still not done.
Yeah, so now we're sitting here with an unfinished kitchen, and the contractor has fled. He ran away. Of course, what did he run away with? Our money. And so, and I'll tell you, it is my mistake. I gave him too much money in the front. And then as he was doing the job, the coronavirus and the pandemic down here was getting worse, and he was out of work on a lot of things. So we thought, well, let's help him out. We'll give him some money up front, even so the particular parts of that contract weren't done yet. Figure we'll help him out. Of course, we thought, oh, look, Jerry and Lori have given me money. I'm going to be really committed to them. I'm going to make sure I get the job done. I'm going to have my crew in there tomorrow. That didn't happen, did it, Lori?
No, he said he's going to bring some stuff, some cabinet door or some cabinet drawer, say on Thursday. Thursday? No. Another Thursday? No. It's not until now. He never show up to give us anything of what he promised. He said he's gonna do it. So that's why the stress level come up like overload to my head. So I get so mad and so pissed off. I didn't get mad like this, but this year is a stressful for us.
It has been. I mean, I have never been this stressful probably in my life. And with this whole construction project. Now, why is that? Okay, yes, we got ripped off by the money. That was frustrating. We ended up having to lock him out. We changed the locks on the doors so we couldn't get in. We live in a gated community here, and we told the gate guard, do not let this guy come past that gate. He's not allowed to come in here. We do not want him here. Because over these months, he promised us and promised us and promised us all these things as we went along, and he kept breaking his promises. As an example, he would say, I'll meet you at 10 o'clock, okay? And we would be here waiting at 10. Now it's 11:30, give him a call. Hey, what's up? He says, oh, I can't make it, my car broke down. Another time, I stubbed my toe. Oh, I need to go to the doctor. They come up with all these excuses in general. And so over and over, we were being patient. We really wanted to help him and knew he was struggling. And we just were way too patient with him. And so that was so frustrating for me and Lori. Eh, Lori?
I tried to be a patient. I was very, very nice. I even cook his lunch sometimes, but He didn't appreciate that. You know what it turned? It turned out we are the bad guy.
Yeah, so
And we are stupid too because we pay in front. We're real stupid.
we were stupid to pay in front. That part is true. But this was ironic, okay? As things progressed and we really saw he wasn't doing it, then it switched and he turns it and he says, you guys didn't make the appointments. I was here, but you guys didn't make the appointment. You didn't pay me like you should have. We overpaid him. And so he just switched it on us. And I was amazed, where he was going with that.
Yeah, that word, it made me so pissed off, made me so angry when he switched that. I know the appointment. We're supposed to meet at Walmart at 2 o'clock. We went there, he wasn't there, and we called, oh, you didn't make an appointment.
Yeah.
What? that was, if he was on my face or if I find him, I just want to punch him in the face. I don't care who they are because the word come out, it doesn't match with what they say.
Yeah, and we're used to, foreigners, we're used to dealing with people in a business sense where they will follow up and they'll agree or they will stand behind their word. They'll make their appointments, and if they're a little late, they call you. And so now what we're faced with, we have to get another contractor in here to clean up the mess that this guy has done. And that's very difficult because who wants to clean up somebody else's mess? And of course, that means more money for us. But we're so frustrated with it and so fed up with it, we just want to get it done. I mean, this thing has gone on and on and on. Now, our intention was to use it as a rental, and look how many months that we haven't been able to rent it. Do you think that he was concerned about that? No, he didn't care at all. I came to the point where you can see my anger, and I don't want to be frustrated here in Mexico. I don't want to badmouth, the industry. And there's a lot of people that would say, Jerry, I didn't have that experience. And yes, I'm not saying this is going to happen to everybody. It happened to us, and that's what we're conveying here. Other people have maybe had good experiences. In that regard, listen, if you have a comment about that, maybe you know somebody who has done construction down here, good or bad, let us know. Or maybe before we get into looking at the rest of the house, we'll take care of a little business here. What do you think, Lori?
Well, thank you for watching our video. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you already subscribed, please thumb up or put a comment.
Okay, now let's go in and let's take a look at the rest of the story. Okay, let's go. Let me show you a picture here that originally we gave the contractor to give him an idea of what we wanted. Okay, now here, again, it's July. This whole thing was supposed to be done in January. We said February to give him a little extra leeway. But look at here, all the cabinets here, they are no doors, no hardware, nothing like that. He just got the framing put up. And and if you look up in here, there's molding supposed to be up in here. There's no molding up in there. There's supposed to be another cabinet here. He didn't make that cabinet here. So it's really frustrating. Another thing is that we had this granite countertop as an extra because he accidentally broke the other one. He said he wasn't going to break it. It broke. Well, that happens in construction. So, okay, so we got a new granite countertop. Another frustration, he was supposed to get us a larger sink, but he didn't. He got us a smaller sink. There's supposed to be faucets here. None of that was taken care of. Remember, we've already paid him for this. Then over in here, this is a this goes with the filtration system. This is supposed to be mounted underneath the sink. This is a surge protector. This is supposed to be mounted behind the refrigerator. It isn't. The gas stove is not hooked up yet. There's no piping for the gas stove. And so you can see all here, also this detail here. Look, this is a small detail. But can you see here? You see this white gap there? The guy didn't cut it right. So we're going to need to patch all of that. And so, again, frustration, frustration, and frustration. Let me show you a few more things.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is the filtration system that goes underneath the sink. This was all supposed to be hooked up, and the filters were supposed to be changed. This, again, is part of his job. This is what we had in our estimate. It was all written down and everything and spelled out. So here it is outside, you know, belongs underneath the sink, and I'm holding it here because another plumber is going to be coming in and he has to reset everything. Supposed to be a microwave here. All paid for and everything else. No microwave. It is in the bedroom and it's sitting on a cabinet, but it's not installed. It's supposed to be installed. But this window design is not what we paid for. It's supposed to have some wrought iron in here to give it a grid effect, and he didn't do that. And look at the wall. He didn't paint it. You see up in here, there's holes. It's just filthy dirty down here. This whole wall is completely filthy dirty. And before he started, it was brand new paint job in here. The light fixtures here. He didn't put in the cover on them. Not a big deal, but just it all adds up. Okay, more light fixtures here. You see, no covers here. And then look at this wall here. He didn't repaint it. Let me show you another area where more light fixtures. This is in a closet that we were going to convert into an office. And so I had him put in all these light fixtures, and you can see no covers. Again, this thing was supposed to have a countertop in here. It was supposed to have cabinets up here. And again, turn this little closet area into a little office. Lo and behold, it's not done. Another thing too, let me show you here. This is a mess. Okay, look at here. Here, this is actually the piping that needs to be set up for the stove in the kitchen. And here it is, just like this. It's just abandoned, left there. Doors are supposed to be on here, abandoned. It's just a lot of things like this that are so frustrating. And again, I think the thing that's so frustrating is because he didn't come back. He didn't, return calls. He did. At times we would then, he'd say, "Could you meet us to give me money?" And we would drive to a location. He'd show up for those estimates, but when it came to delivering parts or anything like that, he didn't show up for them. Okay, now, what is our advice to you? What do you think, Lori? What's our advice to them?
Well, the advice is don't pay them in advance. Make sure that guy who's the contractor is honest to you. A little bit more money, it's okay, not a damn bad guy and just want your money and didn't do the job.
Yeah, there's a saying down here, the cheap turns out to be expensive. And definitely that was our case. Mm-hmm. And originally in determining this guy, I didn't do it on money. I really did it because I really wanted to help him out. He was cheaper than another contractor, but I wanted to help him, so we went in that direction. Some other things that I would recommend is, like Lori says, get a contract, get it in writing, and ask around from other people who have used him and see if he is a good contractor, if he pays his bills, if he returns phone calls, if he shows up when he's supposed to. If he doesn't, you've got a bad situation. Another thing, what's a tendency here, you can say, "Do you know how to do this?" They may not know how to do it. This guy may have never remodeled a kitchen before, but he said, "Oh yeah, I can do that," because they want the money. They really want the job. And so they'll nod and say, "Oh yeah, I can do that." I got plenty of experiences. Another tip is go look at their work. That's something I didn't do. Go look at their work and make sure that it is what you want. Now, this new contractor who we have hired to clean this mess up, I did go look at his work, and the work is quality, plus the homeowners told me he was a good contractor. He did everything that he said he was going to do, and they were very happy. So he will be in this next few weeks to finish this job off. So there is a lot of different situations in Mexico than what you may have, in the States. In the States, as an example, there's a thing called the Contractors Licensing Board. And if you have a bad contractor, you can call them because they're supposed to be licensed. They don't have licensing contracts down here. They don't even do that. So a guy who was the gardener last week may tell you he can remodel your kitchen for you and do the electrical, do the plumbing and all that other stuff. And you don't know. So again, take those tips and do them because that's very important. That way you're not going to be ending up like us, frustrated, mad. I mean, this has been a terrible year for me personally with all the frustrations. I mean, it's so stressful. And so that's our little tip on what to do, and in our case, what not to do.
Yeah, we think we help them, but they don't see the way we help them, and then give the extra money to the family. We thought, oh yeah, we be generous in to help him out, but he doesn't see that. He see us as a bad person. That's very frustration to us.
Yeah.
I gotta want to go to his face and punch his face if I'm a giant. But
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. Just kidding.
She really wasn't kidding. She'd like to punch him in the face. But yeah, that's a good point. We gave him extra money thinking, oh, he'll come back and get the job done. He didn't. He didn't come back. He still did the same thing. Postpone, postpone, postpone. I have no idea what was going on in his head, but definitely it wasn't being reliable, dependable, and somebody we would recommend. So we're not going to recommend this guy to anybody. So rant and rave.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. That's our rant and rave about this. Bleeper.
I was so mad to go, ooh,